I've just decided to bring you the four agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. The four agreements is a practical guide to a personal freedom, a self-help book by the author Don Miguel Ruiz. The book is outlining a code of conduct based on ancient Toltec wisdom, advocating freedom for self-limiting belief which bring suffering and limitations to one's life. The Toltec wisdom used to be one of the biggest wisdom there in South America. And yeah, and the Four Agreement is a small, very, very small book that can help you really understand yourself about why you're doing things and why you should do the good things for yourself and why you should promise good things for yourself and why you should just take care of yourself in a good way. This is like a small journey in your spirituality journey because most people do believe in science a lot, but they forget that you have the power with you to control, to maneuver, to develop, and to create things. And this is the reason why I bought the Four Agreement because I read the Four Agreement is inspired me so much. And since then, I really don't want to uh to talk bad things about me. So let me go with the Four Agreement so you can see we are live today. If you have anything to comment below, drop the comment below, give this a like, share this in your story so people can be more spiritual. When we're talking about spiritual, you don't see ghosts or demons. You're talking about spirituality with God, right? So the number one chapter on the Four Agreement is the impeccability with your word. Okay, this is I'm going to define a bit impeccability. Impeccable. If we go here and search for impeccability, impeccable etymology. Mm, it's there. I've already made so many research about this. So when we go for impeccability etymology, impeccable derived from Latin, which means impeccare. Peccare, that means sin. And then here it's coming from Latin again, impeccabilis, impeccable for mid 16th centuries. Mid 16th century in the theological sense from Latin impeccabilis, from in, not plus peccare, to sin. That means impeccare. It's derived from Latin, which is literally translated to you don't sin. And here you got to be impeccable with your word. You know, you gotta be impeccable with your word. This is the lesson number one on the four agreement, right? So when we're talking about being impeccable with your word, that means you got to be not sinning with your word. Don't curse yourself with your word. Don't blame yourself. Don't put the bad luck on you with your word. Don't misusing your word. The misusing of your word can create, can destroy you, or it can heal you. You know, people curse by speaking. People heal by speaking. You know, use your word in the right way, not in the wrong way. I love this book so much. Since I knew this, I'm never going to tell myself any bad thing. I'm never gonna let my subconscious thinking about bad things. It's not going to happen to me. It's never gonna happen. And I want you to start applying these strategies, because this is your way to spirituality way. And if you claim that you are the best, your subconscious mind is gonna tell you, is gonna tell itself that he is the best, and sooner or later you're gonna start to attract the best thing. You know, so you got to be impeccable with your word. If we go to the Bible and see uh, what the Bible say about being impeccable with your word. I know so many people don't believe with the Bible, but John chapter 1, uh, the beginning. In the beginning, yeah, so let's go to John chapter 1 and see what it is saying. Because of the word. John chapter 1, verse national version. In the beginning was the word was God. One word was the word was God. So God created the word before everything because he knew he's going to say something. Some people will agree and some people will learn from that thing. That's the reason why actually um you guys didn't see this properly or what? There we go. You see, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. He created everything, the word before every single thing, just to show you that he knew the word can heal and the word can destroy. So if you are not really well with your word, some people get money because of speaking. Look at me. I'm speaking right now. And YouTube YouTube pays people for that. Just creating content, you know. But you don't use your word in the right way to save you, but you're just using your word to destroy you, which is not really, it's not really fair. Use your word properly, bro. Please don't misusing your word. This is all about in the full agreement. Okay. Be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid misusing the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Don't stop gossiping about other man. We still you still do this thing, but it's not cool. It's not fair. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. You know, I mean, I don't understand the thing is we still we're still using the word in the wrong way. Stop. You got to be impeccable with your word. Number two, don't take anything personally. I mean, this is kind of hard because I still take things. Sometimes I think we still taking things personally, but you need to grow. You need to let it go because the more you take things personally, the more you are, um, the more you are really like, yeah, you don't grow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't take anything personally. Don't. It's been advised in the Bible. If we look at some verses there in Quran or in Torah, I mean, you don't have to take things personally in order for you to grow. Nothing other do is because of you. It's only they are projection of themselves toward you. If somebody told you they fell and they're trying to scare you because they failed, don't believe in them unless you try. If you just come to them and oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it too, because they told you so, and you're trying to believe them, you're gonna be a loser. I'm gonna advise you to go and try, and then after that you can see either you're gonna lose or you can make it, right? So nothing other do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. when you are when you are immune to the opinions of actions of other, you won't be the victim of needle of, of what of needless suffering. All right. When you are immune to the to the options of actions of other, you won't be the victim of needless of suffering. And this take me from when Daya Wu once said, when you follow other people's perception, you will end up being in the wrong way. Don't do that. Especially these days, you see a lot of people they're trying to follow other people. What other people? Like you see so many influencers online, you're trying to become like them. You don't know what they do behind those things they do in their life. But you just be like, I want to be like this person. I want to be like you will never going to be like that person. You have your life. You can do better than that person. I mean, you can become more magical. You can become more spiritual. You can become more unstoppable than person. So you don't have to be just like them because remember, what they're showing to you is their reflection of their own failure or their own success. All right. So do not take anything personally. Don't take it's not personal. All right. Number three, don't make assumptions. I managed to overcome this long time ago. I don't assume things unless I ask, unless I find out. You will see so many relationships like let me play this and you will see how relationships failed. Um let me go here on my TikTok and I'm gonna play what Tim Rose was talking about relationships. The number one cause of breaking relationships is miscommunication, whatever, something like that. What are you, Team Rose? Let me share this so you can see. Rose, uko wapi? Where are you? Mm, This is my TikTok. Let me know if you have TikTok. If you have TikTok, my name on TikTok is Alice Joe. You can just drop a follow there, and you're gonna see my TikTok. There you go. Let's TikTok is kind of refusing. It's refusing to load. Like TikTok on laptop, its name is on the mobile. Where? What? I think that was a long time ago, huh? There we go. Gonna click it.
Biggest reason for divorce is actually not infidelity, and it's not finances, and it's not even the death of a child. All those things are hard. Human beings are absolutely incredibly resilient. Yeah. The number one reason for
Do you understand that thing? Let me play. You got to see him properly. You got to see him properly. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. My TikTok refused to play.
the
There we
biggest
go.
reason for divorce is actually not infidelity, and it's not finances, and it's not even the death of a child. All those things are hard. Human beings are absolutely incredibly resilient. Yeah. The number one reason for divorce, communicated expectation.
Do you get that, bro? Like the number one cause of divorce is uncommunicated expectation. How do you, I mean, avoid uncommunicated expectations? I mean, it's simple. We just not we are not there, bro. Like, we are not there. It's because we assume things in our mind. Like, I know that guy, maybe he would have done this, and he didn't. And then you'll be like, I thought maybe you go. No, no, don't assume things. Don't assume things. Assumptions, they, I mean, find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want or what you want to communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama with just this one agreement. You can completely transform your life. Just ask. I don't understand why so. I mean, then we take so much offense by finding out. So people refuse to learn, man. Like I don't understand that thing. Man, have you been in this situation before? If you have been in this situation before, tell me in the comment below. I'm waiting for your comments. Have you? I see you there. Yeah, I see you there. Let me know if you've been in this this situation before where you don't want to find out, where you don't want to, you refuse just to ask because you assume like your brain is telling you that no, it must be like this, it must be like you are being guided by your ego instead of finding out and reduce the pressure on yourself and just be free. Like if you're asking yourself you don't know, you are freeing yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Assumption, don't make assumptions is uh, agreement number three in the fourth agreement. And agreement number four is one of the best. Always do your best. God is advising us to our best. Whatever we have learned, whatever we've seen in Him, or whatever we know, let's apply that thing. Let's put it in practice, and the Almighty is going to be always there for us. You know what I'm saying? Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will be avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and self-regret. Do your best in one way or another. God will always reward you. God will always give you because He understands. Like you've been sweating, yeah, you've been sweating, you've been putting on a lot of work, but you don't get the result that you deserve. I mean, by doing your best, even if it doesn't benefit you, it's gonna benefit your child, maybe your grandchild, your grandchildren, or anybody close to you, any person who you want them to benefit is gonna come up to them. You know what I'm saying? So do your best, man. And that's it for the full agreement. This is a clear, a simple book that you can start with um your spirituality journey. I like it so much. I'm not really reviewing the big books where you cannot understand properly. This is really dope book. The Four Agreement. It's very small. I dropped the psychology of money. If you go to my playlist, to Amke Podcast YouTube on playlist, you can see the psychology of money. Also, it's very small, and I dropped this here, like the Full Agreement by Don Ruiz Miguel, written in 1997, if I'm not mistaken. With a Toltec wisdom. Actually, this was my first podcast, and I mean, it's because I love it so much. It was dope. It's just give you a small clarity that it's very small but effective, very big, and somehow, you know. So don't make assumption. Do your best. Don't take things personally. Take care of your word. Tell people great things. Tell yourself great things. Wish yourself the best. Wish the people that you love the best. Don't use negative word on you every time or to other people. I mean, like be positive. If you see someone is doing some wrong thing, instead of blaming them, I used to blame people a lot before. Like I used to not judging but pointing fingers. But that's not fair. That's not really cool. Dale Carnegie once said the best way to develop the best out of a person is to admire them and to appreciate them. If you don't appreciate somebody, they are not going to go where they are supposed to be. If you don't show them love, and then you're not gonna get the best out of them. All right. So that's it for today. The full agreement: be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Do not assume unless ask questions and find out. And do always your best because God always pay those one that put on a lot of work. But putting the work in the right way. Don't use your strength when you are not supposed to use it. Use your power where it's needed. All right. So that's it for today. The full agreement. If you are not subscribed to Amka Podcast, if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and all the major platforms, please hit the button subscribe. If you haven't, if you have subscribed to this channel, please activate the bell notification so we can start bringing more content to you. The more you watching, the more you give this a like, and the algorithm is pushing it to other people. Just do me that favor. Click an arrow, share. It's easy. Just share this. I mean, recently I dropped a kind on YouTube, on Instagram, and then it's got 200 shares because just was a Tyler Perry speaking, and then I remixed the reel. I mean, it's goes over to 40, 49K, something like that. How about we do this to 49K? Share this. Sharing is caring. Sharing is very powerful. That's it for today, man. I'm Con so much. I love you so much. And I see you in the next episode. Ciao.